The month of April in 2011 was a rough one, with April 4th having over 60 tornadoes touching down on the southeastern United States. On April 9th, there was 56 preliminary reports, with April 10th having 10 more confirmed tornadoes. Through the 14th to the 16th of April, 329 preliminary reports with about 155 confirmed reports across 16 states. On April 19th, 77 preliminary reports came through. An incredibly powerful low-pressure system moved into the southeastern United States and mixed with the unstable, moist atmosphere of the area. This mixture in the air accumulated on April 25th when several supercell clouds, a giant cloud that seems to resemble an anvil in the sky, began what would later be called the 2011 Super Outbreak. Supercell clouds have a mesocyclone, a deep rotating updraft going through it, and usually just produce thunderstorms. But with certain conditions, like spinning air near the ground, can produce tornadoes. This spinning air is blown out from the cloud and the warmer gusts raise while the cooler gusts go down, and if there are enough of these, the air near the ground begins to spin. The air near the ground spins so fast near the axis of rotation and results in the air moving up into the cloud, moving across the land, producing a tornado. Spanning from Texas all the way to New York, the 2011 Super Outbreak produced over 350 tornadoes alone, which over the years of 1998 to 2017 averaged about 192 tornadoes within the month. The worst of these days was on April 27, 2011, when 207 tornadoes touched down. 68 were considered strong tornadoes, or tornadoes that rated an EF2 on the enhanced Fujita scale, the scale used to determine how strong a tornado is. 17 of these were rated E4 or more. 4 of those was rated an E5, tornadoes with 200+ mile-per-hour winds. These tornadoes ripped up foundations, destroyed wells, threw up railroad trestle support structures that was thrown 100 feet or 30 meters up a hill. Trees were torn and twisted, some were reduced to shrubs. It threw cars at least 200 yards or 183 meters, and one of which was never found.
These tornadoes had a large impact on the environment, with Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia, Mississippi, Kentucky, Illinois, Missouri, Ohio, Texas, and Oklahoma, and surrounding states all being hit by the tornadoes. The landscape was changed and altered, and the communities looked different too. It could be argued that global climate change was an impact on why the tornadoes were as strong as they were. The pictures below show a community in Alabama before and after the tornadoes. 69 of the tornadoes touched down in Alabama, including the one that caused the most costly damages. The tornadoes that went through the cities of Tuscaloosa and Birmingham spanned over 80 miles in distance. The cleanup cost just for Tuscaloosa equaled a sum of $100 million. Over $11 billion in damages were caused by the tornadoes. There was an estimate of 320 people that died, and 317 of those died on April 27th alone, which was the most dangerous day. 323,860 businesses were impacted in the tornado states and affected over 1.5 million employees. Services, retail, manufacturing, construction, and wholesale businesses were impacted the most. Throughout the events that happened during those 3 days, the National Weather Service on average sent out warnings 24 minutes ahead of the tornadoes, which gave people time to prepare or escape for the disastrous tornadoes that were coming. A lesson to take from this is to pay attention to the warnings that could be found on television, radio, or on cell phones.